Hello, smart learner. Let's start discussion on very important topic for the role of quantitative researcher in the hedge fund or high frequency trading organization. So I am going to start one new fresh course for the quant researcher role or the quant analyst role for the in a perspective of high frequency trading firm. So if you are guys interested in the looking for the opportunities in the high frequency trading firm for the quant analyst or the quant researcher or the quant team role, so that this course will definitely help you, and I will be make sure that you should be able to get the 360-degree understanding of detailed syllabus and due to the programming, and you know how the business of the high frequency trading firm will work, and what are the skill sets or what are your typical team size will look like, and what are the knowledge you should have as a quant researchers analyst in hedge fund trading organization or high frequency trading organization or algorithm trading organization. So guys, let's start why this course is important and what are the goal of my to to bring this course free for all of you. So our goal is to bridge the gap between theory and practice. So let's utilize the theory or your my practical knowledge or your practical knowledge in hedge fund organization to get the extra profit, or preparing you for the most challenging interview in finance at high first trading organization, and make sure that you should be next within next 1 year or 1.5 year you should be part of the high frequency trading firm with getting high salary minimum for the 20 to 30 lakhs. That will be your salary if you complete this course and understand this detail that course. So who is the quant researcher? Let's understand first who is the quant researcher, what he actually do in the HFT firms. So the quant researcher is a scientist, it is an engineer, and it is an the statisticians. It is an the unique skill set. If you want to be a quant researcher, so you should have the unique skills, like you should be think like a scientist, like an engineer, like a statistician, and that the trading will happen in the high frequency trading will be in a millisecond, in the nanoseconds the trading will happen, and you should be part of such thing, and their architecture is a very tight. So as a scientist you use a scientific method to find and test the pattern in the financial data to identify how to generate the profit for the organization or for the investor from that financial data. And you should be work as an engineer to be build a model, backtest this model, to do the act as a tester and system, and to implement the strategies, to momentum strategy, to mean reversion strategy, the straggle strategy, to use a different strategy for the derivative market, for the stock market, to generate the profits, and to generate, to create the wealth for the investor. And you should act as a statistician. You should apply it's the advanced machine learning to separate the single and from the knives, and you should be a part of these teams as a quant researcher. So I'll explain you in this course in detail, and I'll also make sure one of next video for the quant research crash course. So well, give you the detailed description of each topic and the syllabus. So the course structure, how the typical course structure should look like. So in the first model we should learn the foundation like mathematics and statistics tools, how the mathematics and statistics are important for the quant researcher role or the quant analyst role, or what are concepts of mathematics or the statistics or the linear algebra matrices you should understand, you should learn while working on the quant researcher role. And then model 2 we will learn on the implementation. So we will use the programming language or the data science languages like a Python, C++, or the SQL to create the program or implement the program. And in the model 3 we will discuss the domain, it is at the most important, HFT high frequency trading and the market mechanism, how that domain will work, what are the business logics of the HFT fund, how they are generate their revenue. And once you understand the business, it is easy you to create the models for the high frequency trading firm. And in the last we will discuss on the research and intensive preparation interview preparation. I'll be there to support and to provide you some interview questions, and we will do the practical demo sessions if you require for the interview preparation, and we will make sure that you should be good at the interview as well. So let's discuss on the first model what we are going to learn from the quantitative foundations model or the quantitative fundamental model. So in this model we will discuss on the probability theory, statistics, how the probability will work in the quant research role or the, yeah, high frequency trading firm or the statistical method. Then we will discuss on the linear algebra, eigenvalue, eigenvector and their factors, how to do the matrices, how to utilize the matrix calculation when there are the n number of the independent variable. So let's discuss on the calculus, differential equations, and we will discuss on the stochastic equations, Brownian motion, Monte Carlo simulation, all these things we discuss on these the quantitative foundations course. And then we will discuss on the time series analysis models like ARIMA model, GARCH model, different kinds of model, how these model will work, how their, the importance for the quant researcher role, how he or she should understand for in perspective of the quant researcher role or the high frequency trading firm. So we will discuss all these things in detail in the quantitative foundation, and I'll make sure that you should be a good at this part also. Let's move on the next slide, that is a practical or the engine practical engine. So where what we learn in the first model, that we will use the Python or the C++ language and practically implement that thing. So this model is about the implementation what we will cover in the previous model. So I'll make sure that you should be understand this thing in detail. So we should be discuss on the strong Python like libraries like NumPy, Pandas, stats, or the Matplotlib, Seaborn. We will discuss these libraries in detail, and I'll explain you one and where to use that like libraries. What are the the AI/ML techniques that we need to use, like supervised learning, unsupervised learning, deep learning, enforcement learning, lasso, reads. This methodology we will discuss in this in this part in detail. Then we will discuss introduction to the low latency C++. I'll explain you where to, we will use the C++ language, and I'm not good at that, but I'll explain you how, whatever I have related to the C++ language. And then we will discuss on the machine learning part in detail, like a linear regression, neural network, or the logistic regression, or the principal component analysis, deep learning, reinforcement learning. We should discuss that part in the machine learning thing. And then we will discuss on the essential algorithm and the data structure, how the data will look like, how that data will flow. So that thing we will discuss all these in the practical engine session. Let's move on the third model, that is a domain expertise. So guys, it is and the most important thing for this course, and you should be understand the domain in detail. So market microstructure, the order book. So I will explain you how the book will work, what are the, bid price, ask price, how that will work in the order book. And then we will discuss on the stochastic calculus, ethos lemma, how that will work in the ethos lemma. So we will solve that derivative. I'll explain you derivations in detail, Brownian motion, linear, job, that thing we will discuss. And then high frequency trading strategies, how that will work, like a market making stat ups, what are the strategies, momentum strategy or the mean reversion strategy, different types of strategy that we utilize in the high frequency firm. So that strategy we will discuss. I'll explain you most of the strategies in detail and how you can utilize that strategy in a practical way. And then we will discuss risks and portfolio management, how we will manage the portfolio, how we will handle the risks in the portfolio. So we will discuss that part in also detail. So then we will discuss on the research process. So we will, how the research process will work. So we will discuss thing in detail. So let's first we will discuss the signal generation, how the signal will generated, finding and validating the new alpha signals or the beta signals. What are the alpha generation? What are the beta generation? Why the high frequency trading or HFT firms are important for the alpha generation? We will discuss that part. And then we will move on the back testing. So rigorous testing to avoid the bias, look ahead, overfitting. So we will do the data train, state, split, to test the data, to validate the data, to model the data, and to then we will performance that data, understand the SAP ratio, short turner ratio, or max background. We will discuss what is the Sharpe ratio, what is the Saturno ratio, how what is the different types of the portfolio optimization technique or the modern portfolio theory, how it is used for the HFT firm. So we will discuss all these things in that perspective, and then we will discuss on the winning the interview. So in the fourth model we will also discuss on the interview preparation. So prepare what the interview, so prepare what for what matters the interview, test your skill across the core functionalities. I'll be prepare for the interview questions for you guys, and make sure that you should be understand that interview question. And we will conduct the mock interviews. I'll give you how to question each answer what the interview want from after asking some kind of question. So you should be understand, and I'll make sure that you should be clear and understandable answer you should have at the time of interview. So maths puzzle, brain tester, probability game, technical deep dive into your research, stats, ML and coding algorithm, and data structure challenges. So that you should be understand. So let's first, why the high frequency trading firm, why you should be the part of the high frequency trading company. So the HFT is the formula one for the finance, and it is where the most advanced math technology meets the complete the micro level or the microsecond level, and it is paying high paying salary, and you should be get the bonuses or the extra amount for the generation of the profit for the organization. So that's the important, and that's the entire syllabus for these course guys. And I'll be, if you complete this course and doing learning by yourself, so you should be a quant researcher or the quant analyst in the high frequency trading firm. So that is the end from my side. So thank you so much guys. Please do comment and likes my video, and please subscribe my channel, so that's motivate me to create and more such videos for you guys. And if you have any open questions to the quant researcher role or the high frequency trading firm, so please do the comment on these videos, so I'll be give you answer on that question. So thank you so much guys, once again thanks.